Hi, and welcome back to another car conversation, you guys. Happy Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. I hope that your week has been going great so far. And y'all know my motto, it doesn't matter what happens or doesn't happen. My weeks, my days, my months, my years are always going to be great regardless, okay? So today's car conversation topic is want versus expectations. Let me say that one more time. Want versus expectation, because you guys do know those are two different things, right? So want, and this is a quote by Les Brown that I truly have always loved, and he says want shows up in communication, expectation shows up in behavior. That's deep. So let's unpack this thing just a little bit. So want is a verb, and it is to feel a need or a desire, a wish for something that you crave. Expectation is a noun, and it is the belief that something will happen. So here are some examples. We all want to live a life that is filled with inclusion and equality, but that doesn't always happen. But that's what we all want. And if you look at what's going on in the world right now, we all want to live in a world where we can be one body and get along and sing kumbaya and all that other good stuff. But that's not what we're seeing right now. And all because of the color of people's skin. Now, we expect to live a long, healthy life. And we, especially since we eat right and we exercise. However, that doesn't always happen. I remember, it's been quite a few years ago now, but I had a neighbor, Mr. George. To me, he looked to be in good health. He was always riding his bike, or he would be out jogging or walking or something. And I remember when I heard that he had had a heart attack and died. And it was just like kind of, it was not, I won't say one of the most, but it was almost up there with one of the most devastating things that I could have heard that day, because I'm thinking, wow, this man looks healthy. He wasn't overweight. He was a very lean man. Like I said, I saw him riding his bike. He would jog, he would walk, all of that good stuff. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we were going to the same gym at one time at Run and Shoot when they were open back then. But it was just so overwhelming. But do you understand how we expect to live a long life if we eat right, exercise, and do the things that we're supposed to do? But you see how that doesn't always happen. So today's takeaway is simply this: start working on your expectations. I need you all to start working on your list of expectations today. As soon as you're done watching this video, get out pen and paper, just like I did right here in my notes, and you write down some things that you are expecting. Now, I'm going to share some of mine with you. This is not my total list, but it's just enough for you to get an idea of what I'm talking about. So number one, I expect to have a successful coaching business. I expect to have a successful speaking business, because I'm putting in the work. I'm doing the things that I need to do in order to make that happen. So I expect for that to happen. I don't sit around saying, well, I hope this happens. I wish it would happen. No, I expect for it to happen. And I'm aligning myself with the people that can help me get to where I need to be. So that is my reasonable expectation. Number two, I expect to get to my goal weight. I think I shared with y'all recently. If I didn't, I do apologize, but that's only because I'm not doing my Catch Up With Me videos. But I have gotten back into the gym, and last week I only got in there 3 days just because I had so much going on. But at lunchtime, since I'm working at home, instead of me laying down watching something on Netflix or YouTube or taking a power nap, which I do sometimes as well, I decided, I'm going to use my lunch hour to go to the gym and get in an hour of cardio. And the beauty of it is that Planet Fitness is right across the street from my house. So I go over there, get on the treadmill, and do my hour of cardio, get on out of there, and I can log back in, get myself together, and get back into my work. but that's a choice that I'm making. So because I'm doing that, and I've changed the way that I'm eating, because y'all know we all have experienced it. If you say you haven't, you're telling a tale. During this COVID-19 season, we all have been eating some things that we probably shouldn't have, and probably more of it than we should be eating anyway. But I've changed my eating and I'm back to exercising. So the goal is to get there 5 days a week to do an hour of cardio. And my minimum expectation is to burn 500 calories. My max is 6. If I exceed the 6, great. But as long as I'm between my minimum and my maximum, I expect to get to my goal. Number 3, I expect to have a closer walk with Christ. Why? Because I'm doing the things that I need to do in order to strengthen my walk with Christ. I have my Bible study time. Well, we have a break for the summer, but I still read my Bible. I still write in my women's a prayer journal. I have a full prayer journal in and of itself. And so I'm still doing the things that I need to do so that, and even though we're not able to physically go into the church building, I still attend worship service online every Sunday morning faithfully. And so I expect that by me doing what I'm doing, that I'm going to increase my walk with Christ. And that is my reasonable expectation. And that is my prayer every day. I always say, Lord, help me to become closer to you. Help me to do the things that you would have me to do, so that I'm not doing what Michelle wants to do, but what you would have me to do. And then number 4, I expect to be treated with respect and to give it to other people. Again, that is my reasonable expectation, to be treated with respect, because I give it to other people. Now, if I don't give it to you, I promise you it's because you've given me a reason not to do so. I try not to let people take me there, but every now and then it does happen. But that is my reasonable expectation, that when I leave out of my house, regardless of the color of my skin, that I am treated with respect. Because I give respect. To me, it doesn't matter the color of your skin. I'm going to respect you anyway, until you give me reason not to. And that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. So let me do a quick recap, and I promise I'm gonna let you be. So today's topic is want versus expectation. And I shared a quote by Les Brown, all this will be in the description box, that simply says, want shows up in communication, expectation shows up in behavior. Your behavior is what is going to make that expectation come to life. It's going to make it pop, if you will. But if you don't have an expectation of things going right in your life, then why should it? So anyway, a want is a verb, and it's to feel a need or a desire, wish for or to crave. Expectation is a noun. It is the belief that something will happen. And I gave some examples. We all want to live a life that is filled with inclusion and equality, but that doesn't always happen. I gave another example, as we expect to live a long, healthy life since we're eating right and we're exercising. However, that doesn't always happen. And I forgot to mention too, if you're not eating right and exercising, and you know that you're overweight, I know that I'm overweight for my height and my frame. However, my weight is perfect, I believe, for my body's type. But I'm not a doctor, so we're not even going to go down that road. But if you know for a fact, and this is not to poke fun at anybody, because I don't believe in doing that. Number one, having worn the hat as a personal trainer for 15, 16 years, I don't believe in doing that to anybody. But if you look at yourself in the mirror every day and you know for a fact that you have more weight on you than you should, I expect you to do something about that. I truly, truly do. I expect you to do that, because I think we are shortening our lives when we choose not to. Again, that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time, but I just thought I'd throw that out there. And so I share with you that today's takeaway is simply this: start working on your expectations today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, and certainly not next year. Start today with working on your list of expectations. And I shared 4 of mine with you all. And like I said, that's not a complete list, but that's just 4 that I decided I wanted to share with you all. And I said, number 1, I expect to have a successful coaching and speaking business. I expect to get to my goal weight. Because again, I'm doing what I need to do. I expect to have a closer walk with Christ, and I expect to be treated with respect, just as I give respect to other folks. That's all I have, you guys. I want to say thank you so much to my newest subscribers. Thank you so much to those of you that continue to support me in all that I do. I love each and every one of you to the moon and back. And y'all know the drills. Nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing at all. So don't even try, because I'm going to love you no matter what. I'm going to love you when nobody even likes you. Always remember that. Just as Jesus loves you, so do I. Till next time, take care.